Hey, and I'm super glad that you guys joined me today. I am here with Lisa Bronner. Well, Lisa Bronner is the granddaughter of Dr. Emmanuel Bronner, who's the founder of all of those amazing Sal Suds and all of the Castle soaps that we love so much. They're the magic soaps, and it's the top selling natural brand of soaps in North America. And as we were just beginning to get ready for this show, I was talking to Lisa, and Lisa was telling me that not only are they in America, but lo and behold, they're in 42 countries across the world. Holy smokes. So, hello, Lisa Bronner. How are you today?
Thanks so much for having me, Angela. I am great. It's been a fun and busy week with the book launching and, of course, keeping up with all the other questions that come in about soap. Happy to be back here with you.
Well, I love the fact that you were willing to go to places that you'd never gone before, because in the process of doing that, I'm guessing that part of your own experience came out. I know that in reading your book, there were things that made my heart dance with joy when I read them. I was like, yes, there was a moment where you were talking about cluttering and disorganization. And you said, as a new mom, you were holding your child on your hip and you were just trying to keep him from fussing. And you said, there I was frustrated because I wanted my house to be tidier, and you were having this moment, I think that speaks to all moms that are kind of a little bit overwhelmed and they need a second set of hands and they're like, how am I going to make this work? And you made a comment that really hit home with me. You said, I realized I didn't have two hands because you're holding your son with one hand, but you said, I didn't have none. I had another hand that was free. And I realized I could start tidying up with that one hand. And that spoke volumes to me because there are so many people that are living a life of excuses. They're like, oh, I can't do that. I'm overwhelmed. I just have too much going on. And you're like, hey, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I can do what I can do where I am, starting with the resources that I have available to me right now, which in this moment is one hand.
That's absolutely right. I mean, personally, I was paralyzed because I was so focused on what I could not do and that I had been able to do in my pre parent days, or that particular son was my second son. So I could do some things with one kid that I couldn't do once I had two. And I was so focused on, I can't do what I used to be able to do. I can't do what I want to do, that I was doing nothing. My house was a wreck. Mentally, I was frazzled. I was so frustrated. Little things would set me off. And it really was that moment of just shifting my focus from what I can't do to what I can. And what is the next step I can take? Whatever that next step is, if it's a physical, go here and do this. And then after that, what's the next step? And don't worry about the distant horizon and the big goal. Just take the next step and see what happens. And eventually I got somewhere. And I think anybody can too. My grandfather's own story was very inspirational to me. He had every reason not to do it, not to have a full and productive life. I mean, anyone would have excused him for just like trying to survive and sit quietly in the corner. He immigrated to the United States from Germany when he was 21. His family was well established in Germany, but they were Jewish and they were utterly destroyed by World War II. His sisters escaped, his parents did not. They perished in concentration camps. The family soap factories in Germany were confiscated when they were Aryanized. And then in the United States, he married, had three kids. That was wonderful. But then his wife had a breakdown and eventually died when my dad was 7. He had his own health issues. He was arrested because he sounded so crazy talking about world peace and return to nature. Nobody was ready to hear that in the 40s. He lost his eyesight. I mean, he had so many things to look at and say, I can't do anything. Look at my life. And yet he kept moving forward and finding what he could do, using his voice and making his soap. And if he can do that, and I haven't had nearly the trauma that he had in his life, then surely I can find the next step forward in my own life.
Well, he's not with us today, but he would be so proud of you for taking his message and spreading that to the world. Because little did he know at that time that his products would reach 42 countries around the globe and that it would become the national best-selling natural soap in the United States. I mean, that's huge. All right, soapandsoulbook.com. This is Lisa Bronner. You guys, I'm so excited. Thank you for joining us today. And thank you, Lisa, for your time and attention. You are amazing.
Well, thank you so much, Angela. It was my privilege to be here.
All right, we'll see you guys same time, same place next week.